Are you ready for our newest hair challenge focusing on preventing and combating hair loss? Well, let's get into it. Hello y'all, it's NowIamNappy, and I'm so excited to present to you guys our newest challenge focusing on preventing hair loss. The challenge will begin April 22nd, which is a Saturday. We're doing things a little bit different here. I will have the first video up for the challenge on April 18th. I'll show you guys how to mix and do everything. So I first wanted to just mention that there are multiple types of hair loss, such as androgenic alopecia, that's that male or female pattern baldness. It can be passed on genetically, and it's due to excess DHT, which builds up on the scalp, causing that M-shaped pattern hair loss. There's alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune disorder that causes hair loss patches on your hair. It can also be on your scalp and your face, other parts of the body. There's telogen effluvium, which happens when you may experience either a lot of stress or maybe something really shocking to the body, and it causes the hair follicles to go into the resting stage, so that leads to a lot of thinning and shedding. There's also traction alopecia, which happens when you wear too tight hairstyles, maybe cornrows, braids, wigs, and it causes the hair follicles to be pulled out, causing thinning and can lead to permanent damage. And the last one we'll discuss today is CCCA, and the inflammation on the scalp damages the hair follicles and replaces them with scar tissue. You guys have seen it causes hair loss in that circular fashion, leading to that crown loss. We'll talk a lot about these as we go throughout the challenge. So some of the herbs we want to focus on, and again, these come from a wide range of things. Some are excess DHT, some are inflammation, but we're going to focus on herbs like moringa because it has all those wonderful properties: saw palmetto, amla, aloe, rosemary, peppermint, green tea, ginkgo, hibiscus, henna, pumpkin seed oil. Now I know that sounds like a lot of herbs, but you guys know I do have gloss bars that have a combination of all these herbs as well as my DHT blocker, and I will be creating a bundle package in which you guys can purchase these together for a discounted price for this challenge. Now before we begin the challenge and we go over the weeks, I just want to say, even though we are focusing and highlighting these particular herbs, I want to make sure and stress the importance that we are doing complete wash days at least either once a week or once every 2 weeks throughout this challenge. It's really important to keep those follicles clean and open to receive all of these benefits. Now, when you see the calendar, it is only highlighting the herbs that we'll be focusing on for the week, but just note each week I will be cleansing and deep conditioning my hair with my products. I will be moisturizing them. I'll be using my oat and aloe shampoo bar, either my oat and aloe deep conditioner or strengthening hair mask, as well as my hibiscus leave-in or the oat and aloe hydrating leave-in, and my hibiscus moisturizing styler on my hair, to make sure that while yes we are focusing on the scalp, we're also taking care of our actual hair, because we want to make sure that any hair that we're growing or preventing from coming out is still moisturized and healthy. So I want to put that out there as well. And just to note that the sale is not going to be only on just the bundle, but on all the products, so that if you want to get some extras and get some additional things, you can. But let's go through the weeks and you get an understanding of them and which herbs you might need or might not need, and let's just go ahead and get started. So week 1 will be a scalp detox week. I'll be making a clay mask using either bentonite, Rasul, or kaolin clay. If you have one clay, use that. If you have a combination of the clays, use that. We'll also be adding rosemary and peppermint essential oils to that to help again invigorate that scalp. Week 2, we're going to be focusing on my moringa and almond gloss bar. I will make sure I include a recipe for you guys. If you don't have my gloss bar, you can just use moringa, and this is again where you can buy either the single herb or you can use a gloss bar for this particular week. We will also be using my DHT blocker throughout the week during that week. The following week for week 3, and if you guys notice, I know a lot of you guys mentioned to me that you do not shampoo and cleanse your hair weekly or wash your hair weekly. So I'm providing an option to just do a tea rinse on these other weeks, right? So I got y'all covered. So week 3, we'll be making a little bit of a DIY. I know some of y'all really enjoyed the tea challenge and y'all wanted a DIY component to this, and this will be green tea, ginkgo, and amla. And don't worry y'all, at the end I'll tell you which loose leaf herbs or teas that you'll need. Week 4, we'll be using my amla fenugreek and neem gloss bar, or you can use my henna gloss bar. We'll also be using our DHT blocker oil that week as well. The following week, week 5, will bring back that DIY hair loss tea that we made in week 3, which is that green tea, ginkgo, and amla. So week 6, we'll focus on my hibiscus. I'm sorry, my dog has a new squeaky toy and now he wants to play with it. Then week 6 will focus on hibiscus, moringa, and amla gloss bar. we'll use that. And then week 7, we'll be making a DHT blocker tea. We'll focus on like fenugreek seeds, green tea, and amla powder. Week 8, we're going to be using my DHT blocking oil throughout that week. And if you don't have my DHT blocking oil, this is where I'll create a DIY oil for you, including pumpkin seeds, saw palmetto, fenugreek, amla, rosemary, and peppermint essential oil. Week 9, we're going to be focusing on my hibiscus aloe and fenugreek gloss bar. If you have the hibiscus aloe gloss bar, that also works just as well. Week 10 will be again bringing back that tea, that DHT blocker tea, where you'd be using the fenugreek seeds, green tea, and amla. Week 11, again, we're going to switch back up using my DHT blocker oil, or you can use the DIY version that we made previously. And then week 12, we'll wrap it up with a scalp detox using the clay mask, either the bentonite rascal or kaolin, with the rosemary and peppermint essential oil. So even though this challenge is obviously focusing on preventing hair loss, a lot of the herbs that I'm including have properties to help increase hair growth, to increase the hair growth phase. So of course, while we're trying to prevent hair loss, we'll also be growing some hair. So I do encourage you guys to not only get a trim, but do a lane check. So in the following video, I'll show you guys how I do my trim next week. I'll be putting my hair into smaller 2-strand twists and giving myself a nice trim, all in preparation for the start of the challenge. And I suggest that you guys do the same. Now, when it comes down to the breakdown of this challenge, and this is where I say there's gonna be different ranges. If you're gonna go all out like me, I'm gonna put on the screen the herbs that you'll need. You guys can also download this, of course, on my website. You'll definitely wanna make sure you get at least one clay. If you have all the clays like me, if you're OG clay head, you probably have clays in your house, but at least try to have one of the clays. You want to get yourself some excess fenugreek seeds, some green tea, some ginkgo, amla, and then rosemary and peppermint essential oils. Those are the things that you'll need, in addition to the gloss bar bundle with the DHT blocker oil that we will be using. I've created that again in one section. I've also linked all of these herbs in my Amazon store. Now, I've tried to find really affordable versions of this, and the bundle sale I've discounted into April 12th. Now, let's say you only want to get maybe 1 or 2 extra herbs. You don't want to buy everything. Then I highly recommend the 2 herbs that you get are the green tea, the fenugreek seeds, and then get the gloss bar bundle. So the other option for this is to either just use my bundle altogether. You can mix and match and create either teas, or just use the DHT blocker on your oil week after week throughout the challenge. I'll definitely let you guys know some alternative options if you don't want to purchase additional loose leaf herbs or the essential oils. But if you do want to focus on 1 or 2 herbs, I highly recommend the fenugreek seeds and the green tea. And if you guys again have any questions regarding the herb combinations or how to make the mask, just know that I'll be 1 week ahead of you guys. I will show you guys every week ahead of time how to create the mask, how to use them. And if you just have 1 or 2 herbs, I will also give you some other options in which you can use, so you can still get some of those benefits and properties that we're looking for in this challenge. Again, the challenge will start on April 22nd, so please try to get all of your products before then, ahead of time. And if you have any other questions, leave them down below in the comment section. Thanks for joining me this week. If you want to learn more about some DHT blockers, check out the video right here on the screen. But that's it for this week. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.